Hello, students and parents of future ECIs, our ECI program and CNA program. I am doing this video for anyone that missed our orientation or that wanted a little bit more information, wanted to hear the information again, because it was a lot. It's very important that if you did not attend orientation, that you watch this video in its entirety. Please, when you get to the end of this video, send me an email reply back to let me know that you watched the video. I am going to give you a secret word at the end of the video. You need to reply back to this email and give me that word to let me know you watched the video in its entirety. Either the student or the parent that missed orientation can give me that secret word back and in an email, and that way I will mark you off on your attendance as attended. If you do not attend orientation, you did not watch this video, we will not comfortably continue with you in the program because we need to make sure that you fully understand the program before you continue in the program. It's a lot. So please, at the end of this email, reply back with the secret word that I give you at the end of the video that lets me know you watched it in its entirety. All right, with that, I'm going to start sharing my screen. I am going to share with you the slides from, okay, I'm going to share my screen. These are the slides from orientation. Okay. All right. This is so it's not just me that you are working on with orientation. It is also our advisors, our Prairie State advisors. So the Prairie State advisors are Beth and Gabby. Let me see if I can get this full screen. Okay, the Prairie State advisors are Beth Wyack and Gabriella Disteminer. So the thing to understand, number one, that's very, very important, is Prairie State is separate from Bloom High School. Prairie State is its own college, and your student is enrolling at Prairie State as a college student during the school year. They will be a Bloom student and a college student. So while they are dealing anything Prairie State, if they have a question, here are the contact information for Beth and Gabby, their advisors. Their advisors will also be holding office hours every Friday. Every Friday, they have office hours. So they have class Monday through Thursday if they are in the ECI program. If they are in the CNA program, they have class Monday through Friday. But if they're in the ECI program, just ECI, they are Monday through Thursday. They are attending classes. First and second period, they are Prairie State students. Then they come to Bloom by third period, but I'm going to get into the schedule in a minute. Okay, in addition to the ECI program, they really wanted you all to understand that Prairie State has a number of degrees and certifications that students can move on to. So after they graduate from Bloom, they can roll right into Prairie State and be a student at Prairie State and enroll in their programs. For the ECI program, the Early College Initiative, so in the fall, they are taking 2 college courses at Prairie State, and in the spring, they are taking 2 college courses at Prairie State. So those classes will be Monday through Thursday. So on Monday and Wednesday, they will have 1 class. And on Tuesday and Thursday, they will have another class. And the class runs from 8 a.m. to 9:15 a.m. Both classes are general electives, general education and electives classes, and they are fully transferable college credits. So they can be used toward any degree at Prairie State or at any university or college because they are actually college credits. This is different from an AP class, where an AP class is a high school class that you test at a college level. So the colleges can give you that credit if you test at that level. These are actual college courses on an actual college transcript. So this just talks about what a gen ed course is, and a gen ed course falls into one of these categories. So as far as transferable information, again, as I said, that's transferable anywhere in the United States. So basically it waives the gen ed requirements of all the universities, right? So this is, if it's communications class, if that's a requirement, it requires communication. It is still the actual communications class at the University of Illinois, University of Arizona, University of South Carolina, like that. It is that class. Any major requirements. So the college may decide that, let's say you take a film studies class and you're going to be a film major. They may decide to take the credit as an elective credit, but they still may want you to take their film class because they may feel like theirs is a little bit different, but they will still give you the college credit even if it's as an elective. That's basically what that language is saying. So they do have a transfer workshop in the fall at Prairie State that they really do encourage you all to attend. Some vocabulary you need to know. Your username. Your username at Prairie State is your first initial of your first name and your last name. So, for example, it gave like J Doe and then some numbers, which are your Prairie State numbers. J Doe, and it has the numbers. Your password. Your default password is an 8-digit numerical code. You'll receive a letter and an email that includes a temporary password, and you'll be prompted to change it. By now, you should have received that from Prairie State. An email, you probably already have an email account like through Google or Yahoo. However, as a Prairie State student, you have a Prairie State email, and that is the email that you can use. That is the email that you have to use when doing anything at Prairie State. If you're emailing a professor, if you're emailing any staff member, you have to do it through your Prairie State email or they will not respond because they don't recognize the Bloom email. They don't recognize your Google email. They only recognize the Prairie State account, your Prairie State email account. So it is very important. Your homework is that you need to access your Prairie State email. And all of that information, again, has been sent to you, to your Bloom email. You need to access your Prairie State email. And if you cannot access it, you need to reach out to the Prairie State Help Desk. And then you will send an email to Beth and Gabby. That is your other homework. You need to send an email to me at the end of this with the secret word. And you need to send an email to Beth and Gabby to let them know that you are actually able to access your Prairie State email from your Prairie State email. Okay, some other vocabulary you need to know. No, Pioneer Portal. That is where you can find all the administrative information about your time at Prairie State. That is where any financial aid information, a copy of your schedule, which as of today, it should be in there. You should be able to see the classes that you are enrolled in at Prairie State and any unofficial transcript grades you have at Prairie State. Grades that are posted at the end of the semester will be accessed through Pioneer Portal. So that is your almost like your power school at Prairie State is that Pioneer Portal. And that is accessible with your username and your password. So go ahead and try to log in to Pioneer Portal. Make sure that you can log in. The Desire to Learn, this is the online learning system. So yeah, Pioneer Portal, which has a lot of your official stuff. Your Desire to Learn has all your classroom stuff. So this is where faculty stores documents like their syllabus. They can enter your grades, and they can require students to upload assignments through Desire to Learn. So that's the system that they teach through. So that is similar to Google Classroom for Prairie State. So Pioneer Portal is kind of like our version of Power School, and Desire to Learn, D2L, is like their version of Google Classroom. A syllabus. Every class will provide a syllabus. It is very important that you review the syllabus in every class. Sometimes it's uploaded into your D2L account before class even starts. Some of them may even have your syllabus already uploaded in your D2L account. But it's important that you review it because that is your contract for that class. That has all your due dates and all the assignments that are due. That is what you go by. Even if the date is different in D2L, you always go by the syllabus. That is what the professor is contracted to follow. So it's very important. So on the Prairie State, this is the Prairie State website. On the Prairie State website, you can see right here, this is where that Pioneer Portal is. This is where your Gmail is, and this is where your D2L account is. It's right on the homepage of Prairie State. You should be able to log into all of those as of today. You should be able to log in. If you cannot log in, then you have to do a forgot your password or something like that, or you can contact the help desk, which that information is right here. If you have any issues logging into any of those things, you need to go to helpdesk@prairiestate.edu. I cannot help you with the login because I do not work for Prairie State. Miss Beth and Gabby really can't help you with your login information. This has to be done through the help desk. And again, every Friday they will have virtual office hours from 8:30 to 9. And this is also a video link. I'm going to send this email. I'm going to send these slides with this video, and you can have access to that link to show you how to access your email and D2L account. Okay, this is very important to understand. Your academic calendar for ECI, for Prairie State, and your Bloom calendar do not match. So if Bloom has classes and Prairie State does not, you can come to Bloom and you could come to the Little Theater. And you could be in the Little Theater during first and second period. And then you can go to your third period class, or you could just come third period. If Prairie State has classes and Bloom does not, for example, like Columbus Day, Pulaski Day, those days Bloom doesn't have class, but Prairie State does, you are still required to go to class at Prairie State. So just because everybody at Bloom is off, you are still required to go to class at Prairie State. Also, Thanksgiving breaks are not the same days. So our Thanksgiving break at Prairie State is different from the Thanksgiving break at Bloom. So make sure that you do not miss those dates, that those dates are different. You are still expected to be at Prairie State, even if Bloom is not in session. You do not get excused dates for like sports competitions, field trips, and things like that. You are not excused from Prairie State. You must contact your professor, talk to your professor, make sure that your professor is okay with you missing that day. If the professor says that, no, this is actually a big assignment, or no, you have a presentation that day, you have to go to Prairie State. And so you have to let your coach know, you have to let your club sponsor know, you have to let anyone else know that you cannot miss your Prairie State classes. It is not excused, and it will affect your grade. It is different from high school. This is totally different. All right, which leads us to attendance. Attendance is a must for college. This is totally different from high school. You cannot just say, like, call in and say, hey, I'm not feeling well, I'm going to miss it. You're responsible for all work. You're responsible for all assignments, and you are responsible for making sure that you make that communication with your professor. But we really just encourage you, unless you are actually very sick, please do not miss any of your classes, because attendance really does affect your grades. You need to look at your instructor's policy regarding attendance. All homework requirements are still required, even if you are absent. And it is just very important to understand to use your resources. They do have counseling services. Beth and Gabby, again, are your advisors. Ms. Wyack and Ms. Disselminer. I am so sorry. I'm on a first name basis with them, and so I forget often. They are Ms. Disselminer and Ms. Wyack. They are your advisors. You can use their library. You can use any tutoring services. You can use the Writing Center at Prairie State. There is also an Office of Disability Services. So if you have an IEP or a 504, we can have that sent over to Prairie State to try to make sure that you get accommodations. All right, so this is the Writing Center. Again, these links will be accessible to you because you will get this PowerPoint. Here are the Writing Center and the Student Success Center link. These are free resources that they have on campus to help you be successful. Some of your classes do require full papers, like long research papers, 10-page research papers, especially if you're in like maybe the communications class, the English class. Those classes require full papers, but even sometimes a history class, poli-sci, they just require that. So here's some support. Here's the information for the Office of Disability. If you have a 504 or a IEP, this is where that can be sent. You can actually, you would have to probably have the school Bloom send it. Dr. Bailey Moss will probably be the one to send your 504 or your IEP. All right, student ID cards. Prairie State students are required to have photo ID from the college. And it also has a lot of good perks. A lot of different like movie theaters and places that will offer like a college discount. You now get your college ID early. So there is no charge for your first card, but there are replacement cards are a charge. All you need to do is have your schedule, a picture ID, like your Bloom ID will still work. And you just go during the office hours that are listed, and you can get your ID card. You can always